Hi, I'm Elizabeth. On these occasions, my friends and I will explain about activity reports. Before explaining the material, let's get acquainted with my friends.
Hello, I'm Lutfia. You can call me Lulu.
Hello everyone, I am Faki.
Hi, I am Nabila. Nice to meet you.
Hello, I am Nida.
Hi, I'm Fiona. People usually call me Vio.
Okay, let's get straight to the point.
What is activity reports? Hi everyone, I am Nida. I will explain about the definition of activity reports. Depending on the organizational context, an activity report can go by a number of names including work log, progress report, project update, or status report. Taken as the word, activity reports are a form of workplace communication that describe in clear and consistent a project's progress in a specific duration of time. The example of specific duration time is a monthly or just an oral summary of the person's activities during the past. While these activities reports are often short, informal messages sent by intern office memo or email, they are an essential document for communicating, collaborating, and cooperating in the workplace. As for the purpose of an activity report, they aim to keep employees and managers informed about past, present, and future tasks. This type of reports are either requested by a manager or fellow employee or can be circulated to inform coworkers or many progress or obstacle encountered while working on a project. This leads me to our group next point. Fiona will explain about the aspect when writing activities report. That's all from me. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Fiona. I will explain about the aspect when writing activities report. Writing report is a typical aspect of various jobs. Knowing how to write an effective report is a helpful skill that can make you a valuable addition to any workplace. If you want to write professional reports, you'll need to know what they typically entail and how to get started. The following aspects when writing an activity report are: the first, summary of your most important activities. In describing your most important activities, do not make long explanations. Include only important and relevant details and any details that are needed to support your description of the activities. Many formal reports include a section that details the documents or terms. These terms include what the report is about, why it's necessary, when it was written, and what its purpose. The second is information on any changes that might affect the project as a whole. Interpreting data and formatting it in a way your readers will understand and follow is an important part of writing a report. For your report, you may need to create charts, graphs, or timelines that make your raw information easier to comprehend. You also need to carefully cite your sources and keep track of where and how you found your report's data to present it professionally. The third, any new project that you have begun, describing it together with its significance. The focus of every report is the finding sections, or the part where you present your interpretation of the data. For an accountant, for example, the findings could involve an explanation as to why a company's stock dropped the previous quarter. The finding sections should always provide valuable information related to the topic or issue you're addressing, even if the results are less than ideal. The fourth is any special efforts you have made during the reporting period. Specific efforts made during the reporting period need to be explained so readers know what you did when completing a project. Specific efforts also be used as an evaluation so that project performance can increase. The fifth is any activities outside the workplace. Any activities outside the workplace which may be of interest like associations, meetings, community involvement, continuing education, all of which are important to your career. So that's it. Thank you for your attention to this topic. Let's turn to the next topic. Nabila will explain about format sample or structure of activities report.
Hi everyone, I am Nabila. I will explain about format sample or structure of activities report. The purpose of the activity report is to communicate your results and conclusions from the activity. This is a sample format for report activity. There is an introduction, goals, accomplishments, and roadblocks. Okay, the first is introduction. This part provides an overview of the contents of the progress report. It's best to write this after you have completed all the other parts of the report. That way, you will be able to provide an accurate summary. Keep it short and simple, 1 or 2 paragraphs will do. The second is accomplishments. Numbers and details are your friends, especially when writing this section of the progress report. The accomplishments you write should correspond to your goals. The third is goals. What were your goals for the period covered by the report? This could be a goal for the day, week, month, or quarter. On the other hand, it could be a team goal too. So, be concrete when writing goals. The last one is roadblocks. Explain what situations, if any, prevented you from achieving your goals or may prevent you from reaching this month's targets. But don't stop there. Be proactive and present an action plan and timeline for resolving the roadblocks. Include details such as funds, materials, and human resources you may need to implement the solution. Key information in an activity report. The first is project information. Any activity report should include key information that identifies the project, all members of the team, and the most up-to-date status on project's progress. i.e., we are just beginning the project. We are halfway through producing the deliverable, or we are putting the final touches on our work. The second is project task. In addition to these identifying details, activity reports should articulate project tasks that have been completed, tasks currently underway, and what tasks are needed to complete the project in a timely manner. The third is describe any challenges. Activity reports should identify any challenges encountered, with particular reference to possible actions that can mitigate or avoid these obstacles in the future. The last are tone, style, and length. Use clear, concise, and concrete language in discussing the progress of a project in order to avoid ambiguity on its current status. Finally, keep activity reports brief. Using brief leads and avoiding excessive detail while using concrete language will ensure that your activity report effectively communicates your project status. It's time to move on to the next topic. Elizabeth will explain about criteria of activities report.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth. I will explain about criteria of activities report. First, define all activities in full. Do not assume that your reader can identify all the names, dates, and place you refer to in the report. Second, avoid abbreviations. This will make it easier for the reader of your report to grasp the meaning and idea presented in the report. However, There is an exception for some generic and generally accepted abbreviation such as PC for personal computers, etc. for others, and etc. Third, select strong verbs such as installed, purchased, reviewed, and traveled are much more specific verbs that describe more fully your activities. Fourth, keep these verbs parallel in structure. After selecting verbs, make sure that they are grammatically consistent. Fifth, be brief. As seen in the sample, individual items in activities report should be concise. Well-constructed entries of 1 or 2 lines are preferable to long paragraphs. In addition to the above criteria, there are other criteria that are more like tips for activity reports. First, archive activities aren't included in reports. Events and closed tags older than a year are archived. However, open tags aren't archived. You can still see archived activities for a record by selecting View All in the Activity History section of a record's detail page. Second, if you receive an error message that your activity report has too many results, customize the report to include a filter on a pick list, text, or date field. Alternatively, rerun the report using a different activity data type such as activities with accounts or activities with opportunities. Okay, let's talk about topic that kinda different but still related to what we talked before. The next topic is how to create an impactful and effective of activity report.
How to create an impactful and effective of activity report. Hi, I'm Lutfia. This topic will be presented by me. Report writing is different from many other types of writing, which is why it's a good idea to do your due diligence before you get started. Now, I will explain steps to write a report such an activity report correctly. Determine your objective. Understanding your objective is important to know what your content will contain and where you will need to go to pull your information. Put together an outline. This will help you to structure your report. Understand what research you need in order to find all of your research and materials and more. This outline doesn't need to be too in-depth, but it does give you a starting point for your full report. You can then refer back to this outline throughout your report writing process. Start with the purpose or objective of your report. Then, list of your main points and a few bullets underneath that you want to make sure you cover in the contents of your report. Gather your research. Start searching around your topic and gather the research you need to put together your report. This might be online search, journals, experiments, or just analytics and numbers from your company, CRM, or sales software. Write a report cover page. This helps you to spice up your report design and make it more than a black and white Word document. Write a report table of contents. There are many different ways to do this. For one, you can write a link in your table of contents so the titles are directly next to the page number. Write a report introduction. The first section you start writing in your report is always a summary or introduction. This will stretch across just 1 or 2 pages to give your reader a brief glimpse into what your results or findings are. Write a report body. This means you should know exactly what the main part of your report is going to contain. Make it easier for you to dive into the body. Write a report call to action. start by summarizing your points. Yes, you wrote small summaries for each section in the body, but now you're going to give an overall summary of your report's contents. Include research. You covered your materials and research used in a section of your report body. But the end of each report should include an entire bibliography that lists each one of your research in alphabetical order so the reader can easily access more information. That's it. And now, let's turn to the last topic. The last topic will be explained by Fakih.
Hello everyone, I'm Fakih. I will explain about the last topic. The last topic is about implementation of activity report in field of work accounting of government management. The next slide is an example of the implementation of activity report in field of work accounting of government management. First, write down the time period of the activity report we made. Second, write down the origin of the division or place where we work. Third, write down the project we do in order to give the title or name of the activity we will do. Last, explain point by point briefly, clearly, and concisely what things we have done. Well, that is from me, and thanks very much for listening.
That's all the material exposure from us. Please apologize if there are shortcomings and errors in the material we present. We hope this video can help to better understand about activity reports. Thank you for your attention and always stay healthy.